Well, hi guys, it's Got That Funk, obviously, and this is a video response to Abby Normal 1. Hiya, Abby. I saw your video about whether you can choose happiness or not this morning before I came to work, and it's given me a lot to think about. Happiness means different things to different people, I'm sure. Um, but I do actually believe that you can, to a certain degree, choose happiness, and I want to share some of my thoughts with you and see what you think. Um, First of all, I don't personally believe that happiness is simply being in a good mood. You can be in a good mood and still be unhappy. So I don't think that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being generally content with your life, yourself, who you are, what you're doing, and, you know, not being upset or stressed, you know, happy. Um, but a good mood is insufficient description, in my opinion, for that. And like I said, you can still be in a good mood, but be unhappy underneath it. So, I'm thinking about something a little deeper than a good mood here. Um, but you're right. You can't just like decide to be happy in the same way you can decide to have a peanut butter sandwich. But you can make the decision to be happy and then set about the course of becoming happy. That is totally within your power. It is within the power of every human being. Um, and I think it's really important to point that out. It is absolutely possible to choose happiness and to set about making yourself happy. Now, that's not the same thing as saying you can decide to be happy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, etc. Um, and so on. We're human beings. We're all prone to anger, sadness, confusion, and all other stuff which is uncomfortable. But here's how I set about trying to be happy, and I have to say it works more often than not. I'm pretty happy most of the time. It's a double whammy, I'm afraid. First of all, when I was in my young 20s, I had a little realization that my life was a single event. It's a single experience. We tend to carve it up into minutes and days and months and years, but it's one life. And I had to decide right then and there that if I that my experience was going to be a good one overall as a whole. My whole experience was going to be good. And within that good experience, I have to accept that bad things will happen. Not only will bad things happen to me, but I will make bad things happen. I will make mistakes. I will certainly hurt people. Um, and I have to learn to reconcile that with my conscience. But setting about the course of happiness means that you know that you can't be perfect. And I try to make my imperfections perfectly mine, if that makes any sense. Um, that and the other thing I was going to say, and I know this sounds a little bit airy-fairy perhaps, but whatever, I can't help it, it's true. Um, a long time ago, around about the same sort of time, I learned a little secret. I started getting into meditation. I was never very good at meditation, although I have had some accidentally great moments in meditation over my lifetime. Um, I normally don't have the patience to do it on a regular basis. Anyway, but there was a time when I was getting right into it, and the thing about meditation is breathing is really, really important. Getting your breathing just right can make or break meditation sometimes. But what I learned, to cut to the chase, is to take pleasure in breathing. I've mentioned this in videos before, but that's before we knew each other. If you can actually learn to enjoy breathing, the action of taking a breath in and letting it go, you'll always have something. No matter what happens, you can just close your eyes and take a breath. And even no matter what happens, you can, if not get pleasure from it, you can get some sense of relief. Here I am. I can't describe it in any other way. But you need to practice. It's not something you can just decide to do. You need to practice breathing, and you need to learn to enjoy breathing, even to the point of actually taking pleasure. And I'm not talking about ecstasy. I'm just talking about enjoying it in the same way you might enjoy a cup of tea or, you know, a warm bath, that type of thing. Anyway, so there's my advice about choosing happiness. I hope it makes some kind of difference. This is Paul. Thanks for watching. May all your ups and downs be ups.